Okay, so as I've told you, you can type UMS 004 on Google and you can see the website content, everything there. So this is also 3.5 credit course. There will be means as per the previous trend, you can say there used to be 3 lectures in a week and 1 tutorial. But right now we know we are having 4 lectures and 1 tutorial. So the reason for the same is that because the lecture duration is not 1 hour, it is less than that, and moreover we want to finish as much as syllabus before the online transition happens. So that is why 4 lectures will be there per week of our subject, but credits remain the same. And whatever will be the evaluation thing, so jab bhi wo hoga, we will let you know in advance. Okay, so you can see the syllabus from here also. So I'm going to start with the first unit, which is differential equations. Right. So this is the question now. What do you mean by differential equation? So this is something. The first lecture, the execution of first lecture is little bit based upon the assumption that you do have some idea about these things. So I'll be going a little bit quickly because वो चीजें आप already पढ़ के आए हो. But still at any point of time you feel that we need to understand that, you can stop and interrupt and ask the question. And the same thing will be done in the first tutorial sheet. The first tutorial sheet has questions which you are already familiar with. So I'll be going little bit quickly, but firstly let's start with the motivation part and then we'll go to the technical thing. So what is a differential equation? If anybody can answer. Anybody? Do not give me a formal definition, just anything you know about the word differential equation. Yes, so you have an equation, you integrate it and you get the solution, right? So this is something you have told me, which was my second question, that how to solve a differential equation. That part will come later, but first is, what is a differential equation? Yes, so differential is associated with differentiation, and differentiation we know the derivatives. So we are going to connect now all those things, and equation everybody understands. It's a mathematical expression. So we have a left hand side, we have a right hand side. Equate the things, you get a mathematical equation. Particularly what is differential equation, that we are going to discuss about, right? So let's start from an example directly. So I could not find a better example. These days, you know what is happening in the world. So we have this COVID-19 globally affecting everything, right? So mathematically, what we are doing about COVID-19 means what mathematicians are interested to know about COVID-19, or leave alone mathematicians, a general, a layman person. When you read the newspaper, what they tell you about that, what information you are seeking from the newspaper or from the news. Any example? Yeah, number of cases, right? So now we are talking mathematics. They will not tell, they should not tell that COVID is has increased to a bigger level. We need quantification of the things to grasp. Kitna, like 80% of the population is affected, 50%, 10%, whatever. Anything we want to know, if we know the mathematics behind it, we know the quantity behind it, so we understand it better. So they are always telling us this is a number yesterday, this was a number yesterday, this is the number of infections today, this is in America, this is in India. So based upon different conditions, they give you some data. And then so we have some numbers, right? Say number of infections. So you have that number. Say you have the data of 10 days for a particular city or a particular country. What you will be interested in to know? You want to analyze that. अब data आ गया, आज इतना है, कल इतना है, परसों इतना है. You have 10 days data, the number of infections. What you will try to interpret of that data? Rate, right? So rate, okay, we'll try to know, okay, is it remaining stagnant, the number are almost same daily, or it is rising, or it is declining. First we look at the qualitative thing, कि बढ़ रहा है कि कम हो रहा है. Then we conclude, okay, it is increasing. Then the question becomes at what rate it is increasing, right? So this is how all this is connected. So the number is there. Then we identify the qualitative information about it, that whether this is rising or decreasing. And then further what we do is to measure the rate of change, whatever it is, growth or decline. And this is not only true for COVID-19, this is actually true for, you can say, most of the things happening in real world, because this world is a dynamic place. Every minute, every second, something is changing. There are no, I don't think so there is anything which is like, unless or until it's a non-living object like this table, it's not moving, its height is not changing, its position is not changing. But most of the dynamical systems, the systems which have life in them, something about them is changing every minute. So those come in the category of dynamical system. It's a very bigger term. And then we are most of the time interested in identifying it's changing, then at what rate it is changing. So why I'm telling you all this? Because this will tell you that differential equations are abundant in nature. Because you take example of any particular system, you will try to find some physical quantity which is changing. And then if you talk about change, you talk about rate of change. And then if you talk about rate of change, you talk about derivative. And then you talk about derivative, you ultimately land up having a differential equation. So this is the part which is usually missing. Missing means we don't teach you like this usually, like in 12th standard or maybe in some higher classes also. You are just given directly a mathematical equation. As you told me that I have an equation, I know how to solve it. But if you try a little effort to identify what is the source of this equation, from where this is coming, and if I am going to solve it, how do I interpret the solution? Then your knowledge is going to be a little bit complete. It will be, you will be approaching towards completion, that you know everything about that process. Process कैसे हो रहा है, equation कैसे बनी, अब बन गई है, उसके बाद सारा mathematics होता है, and then go back to the layman's language or the physics. The problems are obviously arising from physics, chemistry, and everywhere biology. It's not like maths is doing something independently. Even if mathematicians are doing something, the problems are there coming from the real world. So these things depends upon which book you are reading and how they have explained the origin of differential equations and all those things. So this all comes in the category of mathematical modeling. You start from a real world problem, model it in the form of an equation, which 99% happens to be a differential equation, and then you apply the solution techniques and all those things. So this was about the general idea how differential equations are present in nature or they are originating. And next we can talk about some other applications. So the one example which I gave you is of COVID-19, right? But this COVID-19 example falls into a particular class of problems. These are population growth. Anything which is growing. Population, you understand the meaning of population. It can be population of human beings. It can be population of any bacteria, species, virus, wherever. Something is changing, some species is increasing or dying, whatever, how it is changing. So population growth or population decay. उनकी category में we have the differential equations. Other applications you can have, there will be applications in engineering. I will give you a few examples. And then biology, finance. So these are all modern areas, or you can say these are all hot topics where people are doing research. So if you want to do something remarkable in any of the field, you want to devise a new method or something like that, you cannot really do without differential equation, because the thing will start from a differential equation and then everything else will follow, right? Okay, Okay, so if I want to now give you the definition of differential equation, so you can know an equation containing derivatives is called a differential equation. That's the simplest possible thing. So I suggest you need not write anything. जब हम numerical examples करेंगे, at that point of time you need to solve those examples. But whenever I am discussing any concept or theory, you better just listen to that because we'll be sharing the notes and all. Book में definitions हैं, आप वहाँ से पढ़ सकते हो. Okay. So what is a differential equation? So that is an informal way of defining an equation containing derivatives is called a differential equation. So I am giving you more precise definition that so I'm writing in short DIFF EQN, but that means differential equation. So it's basically a relationship between the variables. So variables, you know, these are the variables. Like you're counting the number of infections, so that's an unknown, that's a variable. On how many things it is depending upon. So it is depending upon time, it is depending upon space. So there are independent variables. So I just hope everybody is clear about the meaning of independent and dependent variables. Right? Independent variable is changing by itself and then some other variable is depending upon it. So that is a dependent variable. So there will be derivatives. So the number of dependent variable is 1 in one equation because if there are more than one dependent variable, so we'll write a separate equation for the other variable. Like you want to measure how pressure is changing or volume is changing in a particular atmosphere. So pressure का अलग equation होगा, volume का अलग. वो दोनों time और space पे depend कर सकते हैं, but for each dependent variable you write a different equation. So in one equation there will be one dependent variable, but the number of independent variables can be more than one, right? So it can be one or more. So usually we denote it like y is a conventional notation for dependent variable. This is just the common one. Otherwise ऐसा कुछ fix नहीं है कि हमेशा y dependent ही होता है. But this is the most common which is used. X or t, space or time. So they are the usually independent variables. So that is the notation. So the kind of derivatives you have dy by dx or dy by dt. Right? So now you can have many examples of differential equation. So if we take a freely falling body example. So how do you model? How do you write? Because again I am repeating, usually the information is given to us that this is the equation representing a freely falling body. So now we are trying to just derive kind of that equation कि वो equation आया कहाँ से. It's very basic. This is something you have already done in physics. So you want to model it. So you will be kind of balancing the forces. So there is a force acting on the body. It's falling under gravity. And what else is involved in the system? Let's see that. So F is a force, that's the Newton's second law. So this is also one thing. While formulating differential equations, this formulation explicitly is not a part of your course. These are just few examples we are doing, right? When you want to derive or formulate a differential equation, now people get stuck, okay, where should I start from? I have the information that object is falling, but how do I reach at an equation? So this is the first kind of helping hand. You start from the standard conservation laws. Newton's laws, classical mechanics में you have Newton's laws. There are laws of conservation, balance principle, balance of forces. So few these things, because at least you'll reach at an equation and then you can try to play with it. So this is the first thing I can use, Newton's second law, applicable universally. F is m into a. Where is what is a? Acceleration, right? So I can write this dv by dt. So somehow I have got a differential equation, right? I have derived an equation which contains some derivative, where v is the velocity, we know that. So this is one differential equation. Now we can obviously simplify it. Simplify means add more details to it. We know the force will be, what kind of force will be acting on the body. So there will be gravitational force acting downwards and drag force, because of it's not in vacuum, right? It's an air. So air resistance, due to the air resistance, there will be a drag force acting on the body. So the drag force is usually proportional to the speed, velocity. With what velocity you are moving, the drag force is proportional to that, right? So I'm just using that result. Okay, so gamma is the drag coefficient, v is the velocity. So that's obviously going to be subtracted because it's acting in the opposite direction. In which direction you are moving, drag always acts in the opposite direction, the resistance. So there is a negative sign. So that's it. This is a differential equation we have formulated. And similarly, you can have examples. Say you can have a LRC circuit. Everybody is familiar with this kind of circuits, right? So we have C, R and L. So we have inductance, resistance, capacitance of the capacitor and a voltage supply over there. So we know which laws are applicable. Like Newton's law are applicable there, so Kirchhoff's law is applicable here. That is also, if you go to the fundamental of Kirchhoff's law, so usually we have law of conservation of mass. So Kirchhoff's law has been derived by using the fact law of conservation of charge. Charge always is conserved. So based upon that, they derive the equation. So I'm not doing the derivation part, directly just writing this, because as I told you, these are just examples, and we have equals to P. So that is also another example of differential equation. So these are the examples. You can have plenty of more examples originating from the engineering systems or in physics or in bio. So then you get your equations. Right? So that's enough about the general introduction. So now we are just moving to the technical things of the chapter. So next thing we are going to talk about is classification. So in short, I am writing DE for differential equation. So how do you classify a differential equation? So first classification comes from the information which was in the definition, that what is the number of independent variables? How many independent variables are there? Is it one independent variable or more than one? Because if you go back to the definition, so it was written over here, one or more. So depending upon how many are they? So if there is one independent variable, so that differential equation is known as ordinary differential equation, and in short ODE. And if the number of independent variables is more than one, so that differential equation is known as partial differential equation and PDE. So that's the usual standard terminology. So anybody calling ODE, that means one dependent variable, one independent. PDE means one dependent but number of independent variables is more. Right? So ordinary differential equation will have the terms like full derivatives, d by dx, d by dt. But the partial will have the partial derivatives, because now you are familiar with partial derivatives. Partial derivatives originate in those examples where your dependent function is depending upon more than one variable. We have done the chapter function of several variables. So this will have terms like dy by dx, dy by dt, whatever is the notation, and this will have derivatives like del f by del x or del y by del x or del z by del y, whatever. Okay, let's not use this one because when we have a function of two variables, usually x and y are independent, so whatever it can be. It contains partial derivatives, it contains ordinary, means the full derivatives. It can be second order also, like it's not the only first order derivatives can be there, there can be higher order derivatives also. It can be d2y by dx2, d3y by dx3, and this can be del 2z by del x square. They can be mixed derivative, so whatever. Right? So this is the definition. Definition means classification, ODE, PD. Now why we do this classification? Because you will see eventually that the solution techniques, ultimately we are going towards a solution only. Because in mathematical modeling, you are trying to solve a problem for RLC circuit. So you will say here is the equation. The person will ask what I am supposed to do with the equation. Equations, differential equation itself, okay, they are representing the dynamics of the system, but we can't have any interpretation without solving them. So the next step after formulation always is a solution. So we are slowly approaching towards the solution. So for the solution we need to have the classification because solution techniques have been developed based upon whether it is ODE or a PD. There is a huge difference between the solution techniques of an ordinary differential equation and a partial differential equation. So that's why we need this classification. So you can have examples of ODE, y dash, y double dash plus y dash. So you know that's the standard notation y prime or y dash. This refers to the full derivative d by dx, right? Plus 2x is equal to 0 or whatever you want to write. So this is ODE, and for PD I can give you this example. That's a Laplace equation for any variable. We'll come to Laplace equation, heat equation, wave equation when we will be particularly studying PDEs, but right now it's just about an equation. Okay, so I hope that's clear to all, the classification. And now we are going to talk about the order. Order of a differential equation. Now this definition of order is general. It is independent of whether you are defining order for ordinary differential equation or partial. It's a general definition. So anybody knows what is the order of a differential equation? How do you tell? Highest order derivative. So you just look at the equation, whatever is the highest order derivative coming, uska jo order hai, that is the equation's order. Right? So it is the order of highest order derivative. Like this one is second order. This one is also second order because it's uxx. The second order derivatives are coming. And the previous one which we derived for freely falling object, what was the order of it? First order, because there was just one term m dv by dt, and the other one, the other one which we wrote for LRC circuit. So this was L di by dt plus, what was the equation? Sorry, I don't remember this. Plus Ri plus Q by C is equal to 0. So this is first order, right? But I know that I further, the current is dq by dt. So if I replace this I is equal to dq by dt in this further, this will become a second order equation. So this way, you can have an example or many other examples that this order is also not an absolute thing, right? It's relative to your underlying variable, dependent variable. If you're writing the same equation for the change of current, it's a first order. But if you're writing it for the measurement of change of charge, so that becomes a second order. Equations remain same. It's just the equivalent version of it. Similarly, this one, right? So this is first order, but this is dv by dt. V is the velocity, right? Can I reduce or can I convert this to second order? I can use v is for the ds by dt, where s is the displacement or whatever notation you want to use. So same is for this equation. So this order, but आपको जो order का आंसर करना है, so whatever you are seeing in front of you, उसके बारे में बताना है. So we have enough examples of order, and now the next thing we are going to move towards is linear. This is other way of classifying a differential equation, and this classification is also equally important. You need to know which equation is linear, which equation is non-linear. So you understand the meaning of linearity? Linearity में powers नहीं होते हैं, multiplications नहीं होते हैं. We can have only plus and minus, and scalar multiplication can be there. So it's all related with the equation of line, like y is equal to mx plus c. So y and x are having a linear relationship. They are not multiplied among themselves. X का square नहीं है, y का square नहीं है, and so on. So let me give you the formal definition of a linear differential equation. Okay. So it says that the differential equation is said to be linear if okay, so this representation I didn't tell you, so I'm telling you this now. First we focus on this, what I have written this. This is actually a general way of writing a differential equation of nth order. So we know if you are writing, I'm talking about ODE now, right? So ordinary derivatives are there. So x will be there, and we'll be having y, y dash, y double dash up to nth order derivative of y with respect to x. So this is the general representation of nth order ordinary differential equation. Is it fine? Because you can always rearrange the terms like this. Whatever equation is written in front of you, you move everything to one side, on other side put equals to 0. And whatever you have moved on other side, it's a some capital function of x and its function and y dash and all. So if this f function happens to be linear in y dash and up to yn, then we say the differential equation is linear. Because now it is function of x also, but if you notice carefully, I have not written x there. Because the linearity in differential equation means I need linearity only in the dependent variable, not in the independent variable. I can have x square term in my differential equation, still it's a linear differential equation. So this is something which differs from the general linearity in general. You will study linear system of equations, everything like that. But when it comes to differential equations, the context of linearity needs to be understood slightly different. That it's linearity only in the dependent variable, not in the independent. Like I can have y dash plus y is equal to x square. This is a linear differential equation. Although x square है वहाँ पे, but no problem with the independent variable having powers. And similarly, you can have x y dash plus y is equal to sin x. So you see, x has been multiplied with y dash. No problem with that because you have multiplied the independent variable with the y dash or whatever y is in, right? So I hope you get the idea. And I have also included sin x. So there is no problem with the inclusion of sin x also. So ये जो मैं examples दिख रही हूँ ये linear के examples हैं. The moment I write y dash plus y is equal to x, this becomes non-linear because I can see a product term occurring in which the dependent variable and its derivative are multiplied. Y square भी हो सकता था, y dash का square भी हो सकता है. suppose something like this happens. So ये भी non-linear है because y dash is being multiplied with y dash. So you get the idea that पावर y और y dash इसके जितने भी डेरिवेटिव्स हैं उनके प्रोडक्ट टर्म्स या रेज टू पावर नहीं होने चाहिए, देन इट इज लीनियर. x के साथ जो मर्जी हो सकता है. एंड वन मोर एग्जांपल वी कैन हैव, से आई गिव यू दिस sin y into y dash plus sin x into y is 0. So is it linear or non-linear? Non-linear. Why? Sin y is present. I told you no problem with sin x, but sin y is problematic thing actually. Because now there can be cos phi also, there can be cos hyperbolic also, there can be e raised to power y, log y, mod y. So any function other than linear you apply on dependent variable and its derivative will turn the problem into a non-linear one. So ये जो functions हैं sin y, cos y, trigonometric, exponential, logarithmic, hyperbolic, even the mod function भी non-linear में आता है, right? It's not the linear one. ये सारे functions उसको non-linear बनाते हैं. They come in the category of functions known as transcendental functions. Right now I'm not going into detail of this. This is a completely separate branch. एक classification होता है functions का. Algebraic है कि transcendental है. So algebraic is just plus minus multiplication division raised to power. So any expression or any function which you can define just using the 4 algebra basic operations is algebraic. उसके बिना बाकी सब ये transcendental functions की category में आते हैं, right? There's a lot of abstract algebra behind this, so not going into detail, but to tell you कि y में transcendental function आते ही the equation is going to become non-linear. So this is now going to be the first step whenever you are required to solve a differential equation. Identify its order and then identify whether it is linear or non-linear. ये दोनों identifications आपको clear होनी चाहिए. Linearity, non-linearity की एक definition degree के sense में भी होती है, but we are not going into that. That's not required actually. That's just an additional thing. So ये non-linear के लिए मैंने कोई definition नहीं लिखा है. It's just anything which is not falling into linear categories automatically, the non-linear. So there are enough questions in your tutorial sheets and in books where you can find these examples of linear, non-linear. Right, say one more example, we can do 1 plus y square, y double dash, t y dash plus y is e raised to power t. So it's understood here, this here, t is the independent variable. So this one is definitely non-linear because of this 1 plus y square present over there. This is non-linear, second order ODE. So that's all about this, and now we are going to talk about solution. So here comes the main part. You have the differential equation in front of you. Now you need to solve this. So firstly we need to know what is the meaning of solution. What do you understand from the solution of a differential equation? How it will look? हाँ, उसमें derivatives नहीं होंगे, very correct. So we want to get rid of the derivatives. So ultimately, starting from the differential equation, we need to apply some strategy so that we reach at an expression which is free from derivatives. And obviously, how to get rid of derivatives? Through integration. So ultimately, all the techniques of solving the differential equation, basically we are doing integration only. So that leads the information to this point that we should all be good at integration, because ultimately इंटीग्रेट ही करना है बाद में जाके. आप स्टार्टिंग में कुछ भी डिफरेंट करोगे, इस इक्वेशन का ये तरीका है, इसका ये है, बट लास्ट में आपको मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स इंटीग्रेट ही करना है. सो यू शुड बी रिवाइजिंग द फॉर्मूलाज, द स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मूलाज ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन, दे विल बी वेरी फ्रीक्वेंटली यूज्ड हियर. सो यू नो द मीनिंग ऑफ सॉल्यूशन. सो सॉल्यूशन इज जस्ट a mathematical expression containing the variables. So variables means both dependent and independent variables. and satisfying the differential equation. So you cannot just randomly write any relationship. It should satisfy the differential equation. तो आप उसको दोबारा जब plug in करोगे, दोबारा से derivative निकाल के you plug it back into the differential equation, it should be satisfying. Only then it is accepted as a solution. So in satisfying the differential equation is called the solution of differential equation. So for solution further we have general solution and particular solution. What do you mean by this? General solution, because if you are solving say a first order equation, obviously you are integrating it one time. So integration one time will introduce one arbitrary constant. So the general solution will contain one constant. And if you give a particular value to that constant, you will get a particular solution. So particular solution derive करने का कोई अलग तरीका नहीं होता है. It's actually always be computable from the general solution by giving specific value to the constants of integration. It's true for every order. Second order equation में दो arbitrary constants होंगे. Nth order में you will have n arbitrary constants. So I'm not giving you the definition. You just need to know their meanings. That this is a general solution and this is a particular solution. Okay, I'll just stop here and I'm going to take your doubts. I forgot to pass this sheet, attendance sheet. Okay, you can keep it and pass me this into the next class. Who is the CR? Not decided yet? आप okay? अलग अलग से CR तो मुझे पता है, उनमें से CR कौन है? So in the meantime, throughout the day, get it marked on a screen and then pass me to the next section. Please.